Hey, Glory Days fans, Sully here with Dr. Fred Dalzell from Shore Ortho. We're announcing a great new partnership with Shore Orthopedics and wanted to get you guys familiar with Dr. Dalzell as we're going to introduce you to one of their doctors or staff members once each month throughout the school year. And Dr. Dalzell, thanks for taking a few minutes.
My pleasure.
If you're not familiar with Dr. Dalzell, big star at Holy Spirit and Princeton back in the day. Tell us real quick about those experiences as a high school football player.
Sure. I grew up locally and actually right down the street from here, and played football, basketball, and baseball at Holy Spirit, and had great experiences. Loved high school sports. Went on to Princeton where I played football, and then came back to the area after medical school and orthopedic residency, and got involved in high school sports then, just as a team doctor for Holy Spirit for over 30 years, and being involved with all the local athletes. Just love what you're doing for high school sports. Think
Appreciate
sports are great for the community and great for the schools and the people that participate in them.
Take us back to your days at Holy Spirit. What was it like for you back then as the quarterback of the team, and obviously basketball and baseball as well, and being a well-known athlete at Holy Spirit?
Sure. When I had gotten to Holy Spirit, it was just starting to expand, much larger than it is now. It was 500 students in the class. Chris Ford was on the scene playing basketball, who later went on to Villanova and Celtic, success.
Right.
And so basketball had emerged. Football was just starting to. I played for Coach Marzik my first 2 years, and then Coach Pluty came in, and football really started to explode at Holy Spirit. That was sort of the start of the big years of Holy Spirit football, and it was exciting. He had a new offense, was throwing the ball a lot, way more than anybody else, and being a quarterback, that was exciting.
Talk real quick about the Holy Spirit football tradition. I mean, now it's been so many years of great teams that there's a lot of meaning behind that blue and gold, and you're, like you said, you're one of the guys who helped build up that tradition.
Yeah, I think Coach Pluty started it, and they've had a lot of great coaches. Ed Burns, his wife Louise, works for us here. And,
okay.
When I came back, he was on the scene, and it was fun. Not only was I team doctor, he used to let me call some plays in those days, and going on with Charlie Roman and AJ Russo, and they've built a great tradition. Gotten to see some great athletes since I've been back, and it's been a lot of fun.
Talk real quick about your specialty here at Shore Ortho. If somebody's in need of your services as a doctor, what can you help them with?
Sure, and being involved in sports and doing sports medicine when I came back, I do a lot of knees and shoulders, which arthroscopic surgery for both the knee and the shoulder. And now, as my patients have been getting older, some of my athletes that we started out with in their teens are getting older. We're also doing knee replacements and shoulder replacements for them. But they're my areas of special interest, although I have a general ortho practice.
And I'm sure, like any doctor, you're busy all hours of the day. I'm sure you get calls at 11 at night sometimes about certain things. And what's that like, just being a community doctor and having so many patients that rely on you for not only information but support? I'm sure a lot of times it's emotional support.
It is. It's great being back in your community, and coming from the area, I have a lot of people that I know that I take care of, which is always a lot of fun and rewarding. But I think as a physician, I think the thing that really gives me my greatest satisfaction and what I love about the specialty that I do is people come in pain, and you get them back being active, whether it's an athlete getting back to his sport, or a senior citizen that had to give up walking and is now able to go out and walk and hike and do things they weren't able to do. But I think what I love about what I do is just getting people back to an active lifestyle, whatever it is for them.
How rewarding is that? I mean, in our lives, everyone wants to have a profession or a job that they feel good about at the end of the day, and they can put some pride in, and obviously you're out there helping people get through a difficult time in their life with either a knee injury, shoulder injury. Those can be tough injuries to come back from, and I'm sure at the end of the day, that's a great thing for you to feel like, hey, I've really impacted somebody's life with helping them get better.
I think when I see like a patient come in with an ACL, and you're sending them back to their sport, or a senior citizen that they had to give up walking, and now you give them a total knee and they're able to go back and go on a hike with their grandkids and things. That's the things that puts a smile on my face at the end of the day.
Tell us, and we're here with Dr. Fred Dalzell from Shore Ortho. Doc, tell us what separates Shore Ortho from anyone else in the area. This is your chance to kind of give a little 30-second plug to Shore Ortho.
I think that, you know, what I like about coming to work is that I'm proud of the people I'm working with. We have a great staff that supports us, but I'm proud of the people that are my partners. You know, I've used them for the care of my family, my kids. I have that kind of confidence in them, and you know, I think that's the best thing. They're good doctors. They're great doctors, but they're also great people, and I think that's what I think. When you come in, you see a doctor. You see, you know, and they're the type of people that take an interest in you, and I'm proud to have them as my partners.
Now, if you're any kind of fan of high school sports at the Jersey Shore, particularly Atlantic County, you know the name Dalzell. There's been some great athletes named Dalzell throughout the past, and you're related to, I'm sure, most, if not all of them. And one we were talking about is Taylor, graduated from Mainland last year, was a big member of the soccer team and the basketball team that won a state championship, first girls basketball state championship in school history. She's your niece. Tell us about her. And like we talked about before off camera, she's kind of the epitome of the player you need to win a high school state championship. That player that's going to grind every day, might not get the stats, might never get her name in the paper, but those kind of players really make up a great team.
I had a great time just watching that whole team. I know I've watched that group of girls grow up, and they play so well together. You know, they have Kylie Watson, who's going to be a great college player, but just a great group of role players, and Taylor being one of them, who worked well together, worked hard, and they've been doing it since they were, you know, this high, and now watching them last year go on to a state championship, it galvanized the school, galvanized the community, and it's what I love about high school sports.
It's funny because after I did that feature story on her, she was our senior of the year, which kind of incorporates not only athletic ability, but leadership, character, all the things you want in a high school athlete, and I thought she was an obvious choice last year for our senior of the year, and after I did the story, she was like, "Oh my God, Sully, you made my mom cry. You brought her to tears." But it's great to do something meaningful for a family like that has contributed so much to Mainland.
She's a great kid, and that was, you know, not only because she's my niece, but I thought a great choice, you know, and there's, you know, what I love about high school sports is there's a lot of kids like that for each team, so. And that's what I think is great about what you do with Glory Days.
What's your number one memory from high school sports? You know, you obviously had some great teams there at Holy Spirit in all those sports. And if you could pick one moment and time travel back into it, what would it be?
I think my best memory is my teammates, but I think if you picked one game, it would be my junior year Atlantic High game, where the Holy Spirit hadn't beaten Atlantic High for 40 years, and playing in Convention Hall. It was 10,000 people. Everybody from the community used to come watch that game on Wednesday night. And just
how nervous were you before that game?
I was nervous. I remember my first pass, I think, was 10 yards over the receiver's head, but then we calmed down and went on and had a good game. And just sharing that with my teammates is one of my best memories.
We're here with Dr. Fred Dalzell from Shore Ortho, and Doc, tell us why you like to be so involved with the community as Shore Ortho. I know you guys do a lot for different organizations and community events, that kind of thing. Your logo's out there, you know, loud and proud as a community supporter.
I think, you know, one of the things I love about my practice is, I said, my partners, but also their involvement in the community. We're part of the community. We're here. We live here. We like to give back. You know, the community's been great to us, and we love to give back to the community. So we see that as part of the things we do.
Like I said, Glory Days is launching a new sponsorship partnership with Shore Ortho. We're going to be bringing you a lot of information from them throughout the school year, and we're going to do some more videos with some of your colleagues and staff members, and try to get the community to get to know them a little bit, and everything that you guys do here in Atlantic and Cape May counties. And
well, I think it's great what you do for high school sports, and I
appreciate it,
having
Doc.
me a part of it. Great.
Thanks.